I need to tell you something. Please listen and try not to panic. You've been in a coma for quite some time. Yes, I know. You would like to know how long.
I am afraid it's almost been 9 years since the release of MGS5. Director Hideo Kojima is a man of many tweets and social media posts, and on some occasions, Kojima's tweets are well known to secretly tease fans with a hint or two for his upcoming projects, as many of you might remember with our analysis videos over the past years. In today's video, we'll be talking about an idea we've long thought about that could potentially end up being Hideo Kojima's magnum opus in his long history of fourth-wall breaking tricks. And from the looks of things, now's the best time to turn our theory into video form. Before we begin, be sure to subscribe to this channel and click the notification bell to stay updated with our latest content. You're watching PythonSelkan. On March 1st of 2022, Kojima posted an interesting tweet about the opening sequence of MGS5, particularly stating, "Lately, I've been receiving images of the hospital in Cyprus at the beginning of MGS5. Why? I thought 9 years in a coma became an internet meme." What Kojima is referring to is an internet meme that has since been making the rounds in Japan, in which the voice of the Cyprus doctor was seemingly impersonated in a video by YouTuber Earl Enigma, who chose the concept behind MGS5's 9-year coma as a theme that can be used for pretty much anything that takes long to be released.
Yes, I know. You would like to know how long.
I've never forgotten you in these 9 years, but I have to forget you now. I'm counting on you.
Took you so long. We'll talk, but not here.
Getting back to our subject, if MGS fans read between the lines, something that Kojima could also be reminding us with his tweet, is that we're already in the 7th year since the Phantom Pain was released back in 2015, and the 9-year gap from when we first experienced Venom's awakening will soon become reality.
How do you feel?
What we've talked about for years on our channel is the fact that, to the contrary of popular belief, we never really believed the MGS5 was unfinished, and we always thought it was part of Kojima's plan to set up a long-lasting phantom pain among players of Metal Gear Solid 5.
You have any pain? Every now and then. Where? My left fingertips. Sounds like phantom pain. Your brain still remembers your old hand. Yeah.
Apart from Kojima himself stating MGS5 was released with the vision he had always intended, in response to the unreleased Kingdom of the Flies, Konami had confirmed that this particular mission was only a deleted level, and that MGS5's ending was never really missing. Now, when you keep in mind that even a PSP title like Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker had a total of 5 chapters, MGS5 on the other hand having just 2 chapters in comparison was always suspicious in itself. Director Hideo Kojima is well known to place his players in the shoes of the protagonist, specifically by breaking the fourth wall. And as Kojima himself expressed, he made a very conscious effort with MGS5 to bring players closer to Snake's perspective than ever before.
The fragments are lodged deep within your cerebral cortex. We couldn't give you an MRI. The metal, you see.
It's a pretty much confirmed fact that from most of what we experienced, and without the majority of fans even knowing, Kojima was successful in putting MGS5 players through a fourth-wall breaking phantom pain, immediately placing us into an implanted memory with ground zeros, which fans unknowingly experienced through a brainwashed Venom Snake, as evidenced by discrepancy from Big Boss's memories.
I knew who they really were all along. 'Cause I used them.
I suppose you were the one that brought them to Columbia in the first place, huh?
Guilty as charged.
I only want peace for my country. I can't believe we ever
manipulating memories. It's nothing new in my line of work.
Interacting with dead characters, and even hear them speak to us through imaginary cassette tapes. Things we all hallucinated in a fourth-wall-breaking manner, as Venom himself.
The real me died a long time ago. I am just a phantom. A fragment of the mind you have lost.
All the way to experiencing a half-truth ending, riddled with even more inconsistencies, rather than answers.
Boss, that's right. It's her. What about the bomb?
We were able to remove the explosives.
This way, boss. Hurry.
Something we've been thinking about for quite some time now is the possible scenario of what could potentially be one of, if not the biggest fourth-wall-breaking ruse of all time in gaming history. What if both Hideo Kojima and Konami are hiding Chapter 3, the continuation of MGS5, behind the fourth-wall-breaking 9-year ruse? Just as the awakening we once experienced as Venom, what if we will one day also awaken from a 9-year virtual coma? The limbo we've all been experiencing throughout these past years, suffering the absence of the real big boss, the absence of Snake's iconic voice actor,
Who could imagine Metal Gear without David Hayter?
the absence of our beloved Metal Gear series, and to top it all off, the absence of Hideo Kojima in relation to the Metal Gear franchise.
You've been in a coma for quite some time. Yes, I know. You would like to know how long. I'm afraid it's been 9 years.
Stop hurting. It's like they're all still there.
You're one hell of a soldier.
Try not to panic.
What Kojima could possibly be reminding us with his tweet is that it's almost been 9 years since MGS5's release, and the recent references he's been making to the Metal Gear franchise over the past months are quite curious to say the least. And for all those asking what about the fact that Kojima is no longer working for Konami, well, a ruse like this wouldn't make sense if he'd still be working with the company now, would it?
I think what happened to Hideo Kojima last year was a tragedy, but he never complained.
What we do know for certain is that if there's one man in the industry who'd be willing to pull off such a historic stunt, it would undoubtedly be Hideo Kojima.
Do the same thing as me, betray your audience. There we go.
If you're enjoying what you're seeing in this video so far, we'd appreciate your support by subscribing to our channel, and perhaps consider following us on our socials for the latest details on our upcoming videos and projects. We'll make sure you won't regret your stay here on Mother Base. Approved by Big Boss himself. Despite no official information ever being released on what nuclear disarmament's reward actually holds, Konami representatives have teased us through the years that the missing Chapter 3, which appears to be called Peace from the title card that was data mined from MGS5, does actually exist, such as in this tweet, where Konami, through the Metal Gear official account, talked about the number of chapters MGS5 actually had, claiming that they were less than 4 at least, of course hinting at the existence of Chapter 3. There was also the time we had just completed MGS5 ourselves as PythonSelkan, and having personally felt that the game's real epilogue was still somewhat missing, we decided to post a tweet stating, "Finished V? Feeling the phantom pain? Good. We should be, for now." A tweet which was then suspiciously liked by Konami themselves. Konami have strongly teased that Chapter 3 is indeed hidden behind the game's nuclear disarmament, a feature which requires the unity of players from all over the world in an attempt to get rid of all the nuclear weapons on each platform respectively. However, this year marks 7 years since that fight began. Konami used to update us on how many nukes were left over on Twitter, but it's been a long time now since we've seen any updates, and what seem to be ghost nukes, or phantom nukes, that are sitting on Konami's servers are making disarmament practically impossible for players to achieve, strongly suggesting it could all be rigged by Konami themselves.
She's rigged. Damn it, we were set up!
The reward behind nuclear disarmament remains a big mystery to this day. Players who have given up or have never believed in the existence of Chapter 3 can't really be blamed, since people can't keep fighting for a goal they cannot see. Not for long anyway. As Paz tells us, Peace Day never came.
Peace Day never came.
And as President Baker also tells us back in MGS1, complete nuclear disarmament could very well be an impossibility.
Complete nuclear disarmament is an impossibility. To maintain our own policy of deterrence, we need a weapon of overwhelming power.
You mean Metal Gear?
And considering the game's theme of 1984 and constructed lies, who's to say this wasn't just a smokescreen to keep us all playing for 9 whole years?
The inspection was nothing but a smokescreen. I heard explosions, then... They played us like a damn fiddle!
Like a missing limb which we're trying our best to reach, but all we're left with is a long-lasting phantom pain.
Every morning I wake up expecting it to come. I have not woken up at all. It is just a dream. It is all a dream. But I think this one is coming to an end.
Give it back! This isn't right, that was ours!
After all, you have figured it out now.
And he assembled me and a bunch of the Konami executives there in a room at Comic-Con. He sort of took out a little piece of paper and he's like, I want to show, want to explain something to you. I had this vision for my next game, and it was this timeline. And he sort of said, hey, there are going to be sort of, 3 parts to this, game. And he's like, I want to talk to you about sort of this first part, which is this prequel that's going to sort of take place, earlier on. And it's going to be sort of this character, and he's going to be in a hospital. And I sort of want to tease this first, but I don't want to tell people that it is Metal Gear Solid 5. And then, the next year I'm going to come back and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to reveal it's Metal Gear Solid 5. And he had this whole timeline that he sort of wrote out on this piece of paper about the, here's the 80s, here's now, here's all the timings of it. And then he sort of showed this to me and showed all the Konami people there. And they said, you got that? And I'm like, yep. And he ripped up the piece of paper. He's like, I can't tell, I have to destroy it. I can't tell anyone again. And I think the Konami people were sort of a little shocked at the time because he said, hey, I want to reveal this game at the Video Game Awards. I don't want to say it's from Konami. I want to say it's from Moby Dick Studios. And I don't want to say it's a Metal Gear game. And I think, everyone at Konami, their head sort of exploded. It's like, wait, so we can't even say this is our game? What's going on? And, he was genius. And then so he outlined the whole, Moby Dick plan.
Another of MGS5's themes was based on the novel of Moby Dick, with direct references such as Kojima's Moby Dick Studio, The Whale, Venom's pirate-style hook, and of course names taken directly from the novel, such as Ahab, Ismail, and Pequod.
Ahab, do you read me? This is Pequod!
What most people don't know in relation to MGS5 is that the first prints of the Moby Dick novel were incomplete, and were actually missing the story's epilogue, in a similar fashion to MGS5 missing an actual ending, in comparison to previous games in the series. The epilogue for the Moby Dick novel was considered to be the most crucial section of the book, since it explains how Ismail survived and was able to tell his story, with most readers at the time being understandably confused without the ending, since they originally thought the narrator had died along with the sunken ship. In response to a fan who asked Kojima for clarification with regards to Outer Heaven and Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, Kojima mysteriously replied with the words, "It's not over yet." And this tweet came in 2018, 3 years after MGS5's release. Did Kojima confirm there's more to MGS5's story that's still to come? Things are looking very likely. What's certain is that Kojima seems to be holding something up his sleeve that he cannot wait to unveil to the world.
Also, in Metal Gear Solid 5, I'm trying something new, something that don't think I've ever even heard of in the game industry. I can't talk too much about that yet, but hopefully I'll be able to surprise a lot of people with that.
All right, that's a tease. Hopefully we'll hear more about that. Next question.
Something that's never been done before, and that he'll surprise a lot of people with. We're still waiting to hear what this is, Mr. Kojima. Will we find out in 2 years' time? Guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Cypher sent us to hell, but we're going even deeper. Take back everything that we've lost.
In another of his tweets posted on March 1st, Kojima tells us it's been so long since we first saw the Phantom Pain that he's surprised if he doesn't wake up from a coma, further adding a timer emoji. Waking up from a coma, huh? And the timer emoji? We see what you did there, Mr. Kojimbo.
I'm afraid it's been 9 years.
It's been a long road, guys, but there's only 2 years left to find out.
I think it's, it's part of the game that he plays with people, right? I think the fans, they love Kojima for it.
Might as well be my last project, I don't know, so I want to make it count.
What are your thoughts on all this? Could we be experiencing the biggest fourth wall breaking ruse in the industry at the hands of Hideo Kojima? Let us know your thoughts and theories in the comment section down below. Meanwhile, if you liked this video and enjoy all things Metal Gear, hit that like button and make sure to subscribe to our channel. We'll make sure to return the favor with content you won't find anywhere else. Thank you all for watching. See you guys soon. It's not over. Not yet. PythonSelkan out.